Good night, fellow punters. It's just gone 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd on the bus are shuffling in. We'll sing that some night, some Monday night. I'm too hyper tonight to sing it. It's just gone 9 o'clock. Back with a few for tomorrow. After a good enough day, but I was one horse away from being so much better. I had a good day, one of the best I had in a while, and I'm delighted to see that few people made money as well. I forgot to write down that was that Liam Stokes. He said his uncle Kieran Howard they were at the racetrack today. So it's great when someone is at the track that can make a few pound. But my story, with the red bookies, they were given, if you had a tenner or more bet today, they were giving you a €5 free bet. So I done that. And I done a tenner, 5 horse Cume. Hit that, just short of 1,500 for the tenner. The 3 that won in Cheltenham, 4 that won in Cheltenham, I put in Doyen Quest and Wingman. No, what was the other one? I don't know with the free bet then I done a 5 or 7 horse Cume. 6 out of 7 won. What let me down for 2,400 for a 5er, due by honour. I watched it back again. The Lord saves and blesses you. Want a good sense of humour. But the 5 horse Cume and a Trixie treble and a 4 horse the cross doubles and trebles, they all came in. So for small enough money, had a good day. Bet small, win big. Bet big, lose big. That's the channel's motto. I actually missed the first race because I went over to my neighbours. Well, I went over last night and the curtains was pulled and the blinds were drawn and there was no key in the back door that's normally there, so it's just gone 10 o'clock, so I didn't get in. Then she rang this morning, they were going away tonight, so I said rather than her coming over, I said I'll go over to you. Never realising that the first race in Cheltenham, I missed that, and I've yet to see it, but I've seen he won doing handstands. East Dock, India. East India Dock. It's 33s into 10s for the Triumph Hurl now. But I was crossing the road and I got a notification from a bookie that I was after winning. And I normally wouldn't look at it, but I did. We had transmission. I had callers here to the house, but I cleared them at 1 o'clock. I said, there's a race coming up. I need to be all by my lonesome. So I cleared the whole lot. And I cheered it home from the turn. I normally don't get too excited, but I'll tell you, I got excited. I backed it at 8-1 the other day. And the Hungry Hooers, they took 20 pence of away, 20 pence in the pound. That was because when the bet was put on the other day, the favourite was pulled out actually. But I was very impressed with it. Jumped brilliant, jumped like a pro. And Mullins was brave on the turn for home. Kept it. I was saying keep out of trouble. Something could make a mistake in front of you. Then he switched out and he picked up. We're going to have fun with that horse. So I'd imagine they'll be going back to Cheltenham for the novice staying race in March, not the handicap. And Loda Sud won doing handstands as well. Janadil ran a great old race and looked like getting into the picture at one point, but finished 7th. And my first selection in that race, I was annoyed with myself, let's go champ. That was my first one last night when I was doing it first. And then we were waiting for Hamsian. That opened up at 6-1 the other day. It was 4. I had it at 4. And again, it won comfortable. It showed great experience to bustle through. Good strong horse to get out the gap. And then we done another Trixie and we had 3 seconds. But Dubai Honor was the biggest loss of all time. How you could get into bother like in Newcastle is beyond me. The bird had flown. The bird had flown as well in the sprint. I forgot to mention as well last night. I'd written down looking at it in my sheet to watch Wingmen today. That's a bus horse that won at 1-2. We had that in the Punchestown bumper at 18-1. Tipped up last week and it was pulled out. It's 25-1, I think, for the Albert Bartlett. If it learns to jump a bit better and just doesn't go right-handed, it'll be a decent horse, because the winner of that race last year was Stellar Story, that went on to win in Cheltenham, and the one that broke down when it would have won a couple of years ago as well, the Bective colours, Bective Stud colours, Ginto, that won that race as well. So we had another couple of bus horses running today, 1-1, I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I'm going to Navan in the morning, so I'll have to be going the first races around, 11:30, is it? So I'll have to be on the road after 9, and I have to go over and feed this doggy and bring her for a walk yet tonight. And she's on a diet, but she won't be on a diet with me. I have a couple of cans of food for today and tomorrow for her. Anyway, tomorrow. The 145 at Cheltenham is a novice handicap chase. The favourite is Peaky Boy. I'm going with Leader in the Park by walking the park. This was the met before over hurdles, and Ben Pauling's horse went out in front. Was beaten 6 lengths, but I think it's going to make a better chaser. It was getting £3 that day. It's getting 5 and 6, £11. That's £8 of a difference. No, I won't have time to look at it. We won't bother. I know the man that made time made plenty of it, but anyway, I'm going with that. Oh yeah, I'll look at the betting. Leader in the Park is third favourite there. The 255. I had an each way selection there on Abuffalosoldier. The one in Newbury last January. And a pleasing comeback to the track, I thought, the last day when it's behind Jupiter Allen. Run will bring it on. Each way selection. $3.30, isn't it? That's the big one of the day. The winner of this 2 years ago, Like to Know It, wasn't it? Or what was it? I Like to Move It. Four-year-old hasn't won this in a while. The last one was Old Guard, and then you had to go back to Delarca, Brampoor. So a 4-year-old can do it. I thought Burdett rode at 9-2, 5-1 is a good each way selection. Where the hell is that gone? Dicertinus is the fav, but Burdett Road has won over the course. And the half brother ran well on it today. And Harry Cobden is back again. He's 2 for 3. It was last seen when it was behind Sergino last January. That was the last year it was over hurdles. 4-year-old, but it's a good, strong, bulky horse. There's the Southern Nationals on tomorrow at Fontwell, and Legallois for Joe Tizard. It's an each way selection in it. 11 to 2, 6 to 1, 13 to 2 in that bracket. But it had a good run the last day, even though it was well bet by Sacre Cure, but it needed the run. This could have been the target. Tizard's yard is fired and all right. 6 to 1, 11 to 2, each way selection in it. There's a good racing card tomorrow at O'Teal, and the horse that we've seen very impressive in Kempton at Christmas, then it was bet Il est Francais. He's a 6 to 4 favourite. Say anyone's doing doubles and trebles and throw him in. This is a prep for the King George. He must be coming to the UK. He had a disappointing run that time when he was bet. Something went wrong because he was bet 55 lengths. But he jumped KG the last time, but he was good. But there's another one close to him in the market. But I looked at his run earlier, and I wouldn't be that afraid of him. Like if he's as good as they think he is, and as he looked to us last year. 3 miles 3. Pop him out and let him jump around. On to Navan tomorrow. A couple of bus horses running tomorrow. There's a couple of handicap hurdles, and I couldn't make head nor tail of one. And I thought in this race, it's 7 to 2 the field. That's Spanish John back in trip. It didn't seem to get home over 2.5 the last day for Pat Fahey. One in Ballinrobe of 86 going back last August. That'll be August, 12 months now. He ran well enough in that race, I thought, but 2-2 I think would be ideal for him. But good hill to finish tomorrow. He could be finishing, and they're paying 6th place of some of the bookies. Spanish John. The 120. This is the Yellow Clay is the most likely winner of this, but we had a nice win the last time, a 2-pointer on Fleur in the Park, and it's without Yellow Clay. It's 9 to 4. That'd be a recommendation in that race to keep him happy, because we have to be loyal to our bus horses. And with Slade Steel up against another bus horse, Better Days Ahead. That was just 2 points each way at 9 to 1, I think, was it in the Martin Pipe for us. It SP'd at 9 to 2. 5 to 1. And it ran well enough then in the grade 1 after that behind Dancing City. So it's facing jumps tomorrow as well. And the big race is at 2:30, isn't it? $2:30. The Tri-Town. I'm doing 2 in it, split stakes. The ground is down as good, but a fellow was telling me today that they watered it all week. So if they did, Gordon wanted them to have it right for him, otherwise they didn't want horses pulled out. And the 2 that I'd picked out tomorrow, American Mike is the favourite. He's 2 for 2 over jumps. He won on the card last year. He won the Beginner's Chase, the one that we were looking at a few minutes ago. the trip shouldn't be a problem, but he's novice and it'll take getting tomorrow. I thought Chemical Energy, if the ground is good ground. Tipped that before in Listowel, and it came raining, and to no good. But then the last day, when the ground was right for it, it ran third in the Munster National there to Real Steel. Ground is key to it. The ground was drying out that day. I think the track and the trip should suit, or could suit, should and could, or could and should. Which would you put first, could or should or could? Fudochi will tell us. It was great to read that about that. He's a great man with words. It's great to read that today. And Anthony Quigley put words together last night, in the middle of the night, I think, or something. I briefly looked at them this morning. I didn't get a chance to reply to you. I love to read stuff like that. But this horse as well, there's a big race in that, and it could be tomorrow. I'm splitting my bets tomorrow with him too, in that they're paying 5 places. So I've had to get this into the oven, get out to feed and walk me dog, or the neighbour's dog. Be on the road early in the morning then. Did I leave anything out? Oh yeah, Charyn in the morning, 6:30. It's out now to 4-1. Money has came for a Japanese horse. I must look at it before I go to bed. I'll probably have to get up for that to see it. Bash the bookies, over and out.